My mother's greatest legacy, that's sort of the big question everybody keeps asking me. And you know, say, oh, their children are their great legacy, or their grandchildren are their great legacy. But honestly, I think my mother's greatest legacy is laughter. You think of her and you laugh. Laughter is her greatest legacy. Do I have plans to carry on that legacy? God, I certainly hope so. I'll be out of a job if I stop making people laugh. And then she would come back to haunt me for sure. That would be one way to absolutely piss her off if there is an afterlife. The persona of Joan Rivers was not the person I lived with. I lived with my mom and my dad, and it was normal. My home was my home, and my family was my family. It's like when people always ask me, was your mother funny at home? I'm like, yeah, it was hilarious when I was getting grounded, let me tell you. I think Cooper's doing really well. My mother lived with us a few days a week, and losing my mother was much closer to losing a parent to Cooper than a grandparent. There wasn't that sort of disconnect. This was someone who was in his day-to-day life in our home. The hardest thing for me has been watching him. That's been the hardest. The advice, I think it's the same advice that I give adults when they lose someone, the same advice I try and remind myself, which is, you know what? I can't candy coat it. It's gonna suck for a while, and you're gonna be okay. It's gonna hurt, and then it's gonna get better, and you love the person and you still love them. It doesn't have to be in past tense. You know, the person who dies has the easy job in this movie. Laughter reminds you that you're alive. Laughter, just like tears, are a release, and you have to laugh. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. And laughing actually makes you feel better. I was standing over my mother's bed when we were still in ICU, and she's on life support, and it's just this chaos. And I was by myself with her, and I looked at her, I'm like, would you wake up, because you are gonna laugh so hard when I tell you what just happened.
Normal smile, not a cheesy smile.
He's cool, he's got it going on.
I've trained him. You look right down that lens, like a moth to a flame.
It has been beyond important for me to keep laughing and keep humor in my life, because there have been moments that have been so grim and so difficult and so painful, and I always try and stop and say, okay, there's gotta be humor in this. Even when I've been at my most upset, when I've been laying on the bathroom floor thinking I can't get up and I can't stop crying, I start to laugh thinking, God, I never really liked this carpet. And I know somewhere that's my mother